Piece of shit. Stupid piece of shit.
Gotta give this episode credit for wasting no time at all. And Blood in the Cut is the absolute perfect song for the score of these overthinking sequences. Such a great bass line, but with enough chaos to represent how genuinely cluttered with negative thoughts Bojack's mind truly is.
But I know I'm a piece of shit. That at least makes me better than all the pieces of shit who don't know they're pieces of shit. Or is it worse? Breakfast.
Answer? It's worse.
Oh, I don't deserve breakfast. Shut up. Don't feel sorry for yourself. What does that do? Get breakfast, you stupid fat ass.
Also, I'll just put this point here, although I might repeat it, but this stream of consciousness type writing and the absolutely biting nature of these thoughts is terrifyingly accurate. I personally have dealt with anxiety and depression, and this is almost exactly what the inside of my head sounded like, with these bickering voices almost daring each other to be louder. 5 points for getting this right. It's so important. Also, before you ask, I'm doing much better now. Thank you, therapy. Also, Bojack's pills are prescribed by Dr. Big Pharma. Great.
Stop eating cookies and go make yourself breakfast. Stop it. Don't eat one more cookie. Put that cookie down. Do not eat that cookie. I can't believe you ate that cookie.
One of the most relatable moments in the entire series.
Tina's gonna make breakfast. She needs milk.
Fuck it. I'm giving this episode a point for bringing Tina back. She is so mother.
I don't want her driving my car, getting her grubby hands all over everything.
The art style is also so appropriate for these sequences, drawn very roughly and chaotic with the twitching lines to match the quick pace. Plus, they add so much stress in these extremely normal, on the surface, scenes.
Why don't you do the world a favor and swerve into oncoming traffic?
It's amazing how these monologues can be funny and also subtly super dark. No matter how light and airy this might seem, this is suicidal ideation.
Milk. What are they talking about right now? Probably you and what a dumb piece of trash you are, you fat sack of idiot.
Great way to show how Bojack goes on these detours and what occurs in his mind to cause them to happen.
Only the greats die young.
Two excellent examples of greats, if you believe that Tupac is dead. This sign is so fucking stupid for a bar to have out front.
Show was on for like 5 years and now nobody. Oh my god. Is that life?
And it's incredible how every single thought transitions to these existential crises, even the ones that are stupid and bland as fuck, such as this one.
Okay.
Tiny little drunk driving PSA.
What'd you do all day, piece of shit? That's a day you'll never get back. What was that?
And then he beats himself up for how he chooses to avoid his own negative self-talk. It is inescapable.
No one loves a fatty patty.
Small hints to Beatrice's underlying motives about weight loss.
This wall needs to be painted.
I'm gonna go. You're parked on the side of Mulholland doing nothing when you could be eating breakfast with your long-lost daughter and your dying mother. You are a terrible person.
It's amazing how they depict Bojack's mind not letting him win in any way. If he's home, he's miserable. If he distracts himself, he criticizes himself for being selfish. Cute elderly animal gag.
I know! I wanted to tell you right away!
Small hint to PC's pregnancy. It breaks my heart how happy she is here.
Audiences are going to adore your tour de force performance as the forceful denim-clad court reporter in the Court Reporter Sported Jorts, the jet-setting jort-sporting court reporter story.
And the writers once again say, fuck you, Amy Sedaris, here's more alliteration.
We're going to need a full court press.
I love the running gag of people rating Rutabaga's puns, and I love the spite which comes with this one rating.
We're talking Jaden Smith in a Clockwork Orange costume reading a poem he wrote.
I feel like this Jaden Smith dig is more relevant than ever after the house incident.
Uh-oh, was someone looking for Sebastian Janikowski? Because here's the kicker.
It's crazy how far he reaches for these gags, too. Fucking Sebastian Janikowski? He was just some random kicker for the Raiders. The pop culture references are insane.
But I'm not sure I want to actually get married.
We can draw up a standard Hollywood sham marriage contract.
The fact that there's a Hollywood sham marriage contract standard.
Oof.
You are just the prettiest thing. Yes, you are.
Who are you talking to?
Keep it down, oaf.
This mislead is so sad. Bojack obviously knows she can't be talking about him, but it's clear he kind of hopes that she is, and then she just confirms his suspicions.
And everything is fine.
Dark in here. Hello?
I also love how downright adorable they make Beatrice to play against our knowledge of her as a horrible person. It really helps us understand both Bojack and Hollyhock's positions this episode.
They're airing an FHBA Miami Marathon this weekend. Does anyone want to come over?
Hinting at FHBA Los Angeles.
Asexual just means you're not interested in sex. Some asexuals are also aromantic, but others have relationships like anyone else.
Great asexual education here. Very informative. Great anteater gag. Imagine that in your mouth, though. Okay, I'll stop.
Beautiful eggs are 44, for my baby once more.
Reference to the song we heard from her childhood in the old Sugarman place. I love these little dots of Beatrice's life that we see throughout this entire episode.
Beatrice, this coffee is amazing.
Another coffee hint. So creepy when you know what's actually going on here.
Isn't this baby well behaved? Hardly ever cries.
Probably because you're such a good mother, Beatrice.
Don't say that.
And such good characterization for Bojack here. It's so understandable why he'd be uncomfortable with that observation.
Lousy baby. What did it ever do that was so great? Am I jealous of a doll?
Okay, 1 point for this moment being hilarious. And another one for how realistic this is. Bojack states in Free Churro later on that he actually really yearned for his mother to simply be kind to him or appreciate him in any way.
Oh, that small act of kindness showed more compassion than my mother gave me her entire goddamn life. Like, how hard is it to do something nice for a person? This woman at the Jack in the Box didn't even know me. I'm your son. All I had was you.
Being deprived of that love for years makes you feel inherently unworthy. And then seeing an inanimate doll receive that affection from that person you so badly crave is bound to create jealousy and a huge amount of frustration. Especially since this episode is layered with Bojack's criticisms of himself, which is a direct result of his mother and father's treatment of him as a child. Such great writing.
This is not what she's really like.
Who cares? Whatever beef you have with your mom, that's just a sweet, confused old lady.
She's right. You're wrong.
I also love that Bojack does know Beatrice isn't being cruel or vindictive internally, but he doesn't want to admit it because of all the pain she's caused him. It's hard to accept her as a non-villainous figure, someone who's even capable of kindness, because she never gave it to him. So admitting that would make all those fears about himself, all of those negative things he's been saying throughout this episode, true. He is the unlovable one, and it was his fault, in his own mind at least.
Henrietta, you're unfit to be a parent.
I'm unfit? It's true, jackass.
Beatrice telling Henrietta she's unfit to be a parent clues us into the decision that they'll make later this season about Henrietta's child.
Oh, I know. What if for 18 years straight, I just tell it how worthless it is every day? How it embarrasses me? How my life would be better if it was never born? Would that be a good idea? Probably, right?
Excellent framing for this scene, with the crooked angles and quick cuts, really ups the tension. And the underlying score with this very eerie, low tone helps increase it even further.
Give me the baby back, you worthless waste of my husband's jism.
Oh, so you do know who I am.
No, she doesn't, but this is an excellent clue for the events later on. God, this season is so well structured. Wow, what a scream this is from Wendy Malick. Honestly, harrowing. And when we reveal later on why she reacts so strongly to this, ugh, God, again, the character writing is just, it's too consistent.
Why did you do that?
You goddamn piece of shit, idiot asshole.
But it's so realistic that this only makes Bojack feel worse about himself. In the moment, during the throw, it was cathartic, but when faced with the reality of the consequences, his opinion of himself sinks even lower. It's very indicative of his cycle of substance abuse that we've been seeing very prevalently this episode.
You're making your daughter hate you, which is good, because look what happens when people love you. Look at Penny, and Herb, and Sarah Lynn. It's because you made them love you, Bojack.
Justifying acting shitty to the people around you by dooming yourself as someone who ruins everything so that you don't have to put work into changing, God, it hurts so bad because of how relatable it is. It's also incredibly narcissistic of him to assume that he made them love him, as if those people had no free will of their own. Everything is centered on him, which is why everything is his fault in his mind.
Diane, yes, go, good. Good old responsible Diane. She'll know what to do.
So classic for him to run to Diane to fix his problems. She is the fixer in his life, the only one who could steer him onto the right path.
Beep, 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 beep.
I don't think you should be driving right now. Why don't I make like Eddie Money and take you home tonight?
You know, every time someone tries to convince me that Mr. Peanut Butter is a horrible person, I think about small moments like these. He really does care, and this is so sweet.
Hey, we want one of those Stranger Things kids to be the ring bearer. They're still little, right?
I love how this season came out in 2017 and makes jokes about how long it takes Stranger Things to come out and how the children age 3 years in between each season, and we still have not finished that show somehow. We get it, Netflix. You bungled all of your successes and only have this one hit left. Just release that shit. I'm not even hype anymore.
You think Meryl wants to direct a bunch of actors who aren't Meryl Streep? What a nightmare!
What if all the actors in the movie were Meryl Streep?
I would watch the fuck out of this movie. Also, it's not exactly uncommon in Hollywood or undeserved at all, but I love how much smoke this episode blows up Meryl's ass.
Oh, hi, I'm
Bojack Horseman.
Felicity Huffman.
Random celebrity appearance that is also much appreciated. I love Felicity Huffman's acting. Great animal gag / traffic humor, and they include a Todd outfit. Such in-depth jokes.
Like, at the center of the farce, there's this nugget of something real and pure. It's hard to remember that pure, shining thing because it's been painted over. You have to believe it's still down there somewhere, even if you can't see it.
Diane does a really great job of accidentally describing her own marriage. It also plays into her realization and comparison to the magic eye poster that results in their divorce later this season.
That was good advice. I'm like a really good friend.
Showing that you can be self-aware in some areas, and then still extremely ignorant in others. Poor Roxy.
Do you have any idea how much shit you throw over the side of your deck? Beer bottles, lit cigarettes, scripts where the lead is female.
Scripts where the lead is female kills me every time.
One time, a mountain of regurgitated cotton candy sat on that hill for a month.
Nice reference to the pilot.
Who do you think has to deal with all that?
I assume you're maid or gardener or something?
Well, yeah.
I love when people are willing to make fun of themselves like this.
Oh, what if we cut the baby in half?
What?
Why would we
No.
do that?
And thank you for criticizing one of the dumbest fucking stories from the Bible. In what world would either mother agree to that?
I put it under a big box that's propped up by a stick. If she goes to look at it and the box falls on her, she's contractually obligated to do the movie.
Yeah, I know what packaging talent means.
Hollywood-related gags. I love how absurd they make this society seem.
What if I kill myself by throwing myself off my deck into Felicity Huffman's backyard? If she found my dead body, would that'd show her.
God damn, more suicidal thoughts, but shown so casually that you almost miss how alarming they actually are.
And I just know I'm gonna Bojack things up.
Bojack things up. You mean show up somewhere and be the life of the party?
So important to show how this role you place yourself in might not even be how everyone sees you. Mr. Peanut Butter literally sees Bojack as the exact opposite.
All I can think about is every shitty thing I've ever done, and I think, I don't deserve that kind of love.
But I do know this. Everybody deserves to be loved.
Fantastic advice. Fantastic. 5 points for this. It really is this simple, and so nice to hear wisdom from Mr. Peanut Butter, especially since it makes sense for him to view things this way.
But I don't want a fake marriage. I'm sorry I didn't realize that before.
Okay, Todd, you gotta do what's right for you.
I love Princess Carolyn for accepting this from Todd on the spot, even though it compromises her work, shows a lot of progression in her development.
I'll call you in the morning, we'll figure this out, we'll deal with it.
If you'd like to never see him again, I have ways of getting rid of him.
Judah attempting to protect PC is also so adorable. Plus, I love how sinister his tone makes it sound, even if it's incredibly mundane. Oh, Dietrich Bader.
I can't work with people like that.
You don't think I'm like that?
No, because you care about people other than yourself. And for what it's worth, you will be a wonderful mother.
Oh, this is so cute and important for their relationship. It's only when you rewatch the series you see little things like this. This moment is so uniquely Bojack, so sweet and impactful, with one of the most out-of-pocket jokes standing right next to it.
And everywhere you go, you destroy people. Of course your mother never...
This illustration of the Bojack-Hollyhock amalgamation crashing is a great way to represent Bojack's fear of ruining her, as he states during this monologue.
That's why Sarah Lynn died. That's why Charlotte will never forgive you. What are you gonna do to Hollyhock? What are you gonna do, asshole? Shut up!
I love how things build to a climax in this sequence, showing the thoughts moving faster and faster and getting more and more extreme until they reach a tipping point and become nearly unbearable to where Bojack needs to break the noise.
Sometimes I go to a bar. Sometimes I pull over by the side of the road, just sit there for hours.
And you'd rather do that than spend time with me.
If I'm shitty, that's just because I'm shitty. And you're allowed to be mad at me, but you need to know that whatever I do, it's not your fault.
It's so depressing how this behavior continues to be passed on. Beatrice made Bojack feel this way, and now Bojack is, albeit inadvertently, causing Hollyhock to doubt herself through his own actions. And while yes, I do think that they suffer from diagnosable anxiety disorders that they could definitely trace through generations, there is also something to be said about how these anxieties affect your own behavior, and then how that behavior affects the other people around you with anxiety. It's honestly, I can't with this episode. It's so fucking good.
Like sometimes I have this tiny voice in the back of my head that goes like, hey, everyone hates you, and they're not wrong to feel that way. That voice, it goes away, right? It's just like a dumb teenage girl thing, but then it goes away.
Yeah.
Ugh, what a depressing ending this is, with blood in the cut's baseline fading back in as Hollyhock asks for assurance that this voice goes away and that it's just a teenage girl thing. Bojack is lying to comfort her here. It doesn't go away. Mental illness is not something that ever just vanishes. It's something you're always going to have to deal with. And this ending is a really effective way to portray that. Though I must say, it's definitely not hopeless. You know, this is not the overall message of the entire show. This is just one episode. And I appreciate the message, but please don't give up just because this episode says that it's not just gonna go away on its own. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, support us on Patreon at patreon.com/PosiTVty. That's PosiTVty. You get all the content before it hits YouTube, and you get to see extended essays, unedited, so you can see my mistakes and perhaps things that I didn't want the wider audience to see. So go ahead for some extra content there, but also the support on YouTube means a lot. So thank you all for watching, subscribing, liking. Let us know what you'd like to see next in the comments below. See you for the next one. Bye-bye.